our earth is made up of. So you might be knowing that in Hindi everybody says that our universe is made up of 5 elements, 5 तत्व जिसको बोलते हैं, air, earth, fire, sky and water. According to this, everything on earth, whether it is living or non-living, is made up of these 5 basic elements which are known as Panch Tattva. But the scientists have to explore later on about what is matter actually in scientific terms. So scientists tried to find out, and there were 2 controversies among the scientists whether this matter, whatever it is, whatever our earth and universe is made up of, whether it is continuous or particulate. Now what is matter actually? Everything in universe is made up of
Matter.
material, which scientists called it as matter. The air we breathe, the food we eat, stones, clouds, stars, plants and animals, even a small drop of water or a particle of sand, everything is made up of matter. Now to summarize, how we can define matter?
प्रिंसिपल मैम पढ़ा रहे थे, पर प्रिंसिपल मैम पढ़ा रहे, हमने तो मैम पढ़ा रहे.
Just an instruction to everybody, keep your devices on mute mode, children. Keep your devices on mute mode. So you have to say that what is matter? Anything that occupies space. This is the important part. Anything that occupies space and has weight or mass is known as matter. This is the definition of matter. This is the whole definition of matter which you have to remember. Anything that occupies space and has weight or mass is known as matter. Now what do you mean by space? Everybody, anything that occupies space means it has some volume. We think that there is nothing in the room where we are seated now, but actually it is not like that. What is there in the rooms? There is air. Now that is all matter. So anything in the universe which has weight and occupies space is known as matter. So this definition is to be remembered by you all, that whatever occupies space and has weight or mass is known as matter. Lot of voices are heard. Now, classification of matter. Children, listen carefully. Classification of matter. Matter can be classified in 2 different ways. The first classification is physical, and the second one we can call it as chemical classification. Right now we have to concentrate just on the physical classification, means according on the basis of their physical properties, how we can classify matter. Based on physical classification, we can classify matter into 3 different categories which you all might be knowing: solid, liquid and gas. We have to study the characteristics of these 3 different states of matter. But in the chapter, there is also chemical classification, and chemically we can classify every matter in 2 different categories: pure substances and mixtures. What is pure substances? Which is made up of only one kind of element or atom, that is known as pure substance. And the mixtures are whose composition is not fixed, that are known as mixtures. Now, pure substances can be again classified into elements and compounds. We have to learn till here only right now. And the mixtures can be classified into heterogeneous and homogeneous. This all, the one which is given below, is not our concern right now. It is in the later part of the chapter. So today we will study about two different things. First is that matter is composed of, what is the nature of matter, and what is the physical classification of matter. It means how we can classify matter in three different categories and what are the different properties of this three different states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Yeah. Now, what is the nature of matter? Children, listen carefully. If you will miss, it is difficult to revive whatever we have taught till now. Is that the universe is made up of matter. What is matter? Matter is anything that has weight and occupies space. And now we will study about the classification and the nature of matter. As I discussed in the previous slide, that we will discuss about only the physical classification of matter. It means three different categories of matter: solid, liquid and gas. First of all, we will study about the nature of matter. What is the nature of matter? We say, scientists used to say that the matter can be continuous or the matter is composed of particles. But the recent theory says that matter is made up of small, very small particles. Now, how we could come up to this conclusion, we will understand with different activities. The first thing is particulate nature of matter. It means matter is made up of very small particles. Very small. How small? We will see in a video. Hey, can you listen the voice of this audio, video?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No?
No.
Can you see the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just see, I will speak. You cannot listen to the audio, but you can see the video.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So that is what I was telling you. That is, there are two different theories of the nature of matter, that whether matter is continuous or whether matter is composed of particles. Now it was how we can say that matter is composed of particles. We have taken sugar and a glass of water. Now we are dissolving the sugar in water. After some time we see that the sugar disappears. Now where does the sugar go? Why we can't see? The water is sweet. So where does the sugar go? Sugar occupies the space, whatever is there in between the molecules of water. And water breaks sugar into very small particles. And these small particles, they occupy the space between the water molecules. So this shows that matter is made up of very small particles. These are the characteristics of particles of matter. They are very, very small. They have spaces between them. They are continuously moving. And the fourth one is they attract each other. Now, very, very small. How small they are, we have just seen with the help of activity. Now, we will see with the help of another activity. that how small these particles are. We have taken potassium permanganate crystals and a beaker of water, and we dissolve this potassium permanganate in 100 ml water. You can see that the color of water is changed. It has become dark purple. Now, these small particles, only very less particles we have dissolved in water, and they can color large volumes of water. It means that these small particles of potassium permanganate, they occupy the space between the molecules of water, and how small these particles will be, that can be understood. Now we will continue this activity further. Like we will dilute, we can have with one particle also, we can color large volumes of water. Now we will dilute this with more water. What do you mean by dilution? That we will add more water to this concentrated solution with more crystals of potassium permanganate. So after that we will see that you can with small part of the solution, how much quantity of water you can color. From this we can identify that how small the particles may be. Now this is 10 ml KMnO4 solution, and we are diluting it with 90 ml of water, and you can see that the water is colored, but the color is lighter now. Now again we will dilute this the same with water. We have taken 10 ml of this diluted potassium permanganate, and we are pouring into another beaker, and again we are adding more 90 ml of water. See that the color of water is still there, but it is pink now. So if we repeat this dilution again and again, we will find that the color becomes lighter, light pink, more lighter pink, but still it is the water, it retains the color. It means the potassium permanganate crystals are so small that they still are dissolving. So from this activity we can conclude that the particles are very small, and small quantity of potassium permanganate can color large volume of water. So this is the first property of matter, that each matter contains millions, billions, trillions of particles, which can never be seen also. We can just identify that particles, this matter is composed of particles which are very, very, very small. Can you listen to the audio of video now?
No.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Can you listen to my voice?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So you can identify how many
Yes.
sugar molecules are in 1 grain of sugar. There in 1 grain of sugar, there are 1,000, million, billion, trillion, quintillion particles, which you can never imagine, the small particle of sugar. So what we are studying right now, we are studying about the characteristics of particles of matter. These are the simple experiments which we are conducting to understand the characteristics of particles of matter. See the small grain of sugar on the hand, and in one sugar grain, we have so many different sugar molecules, greater than the number of sugar grains in the world. That many sugar molecules are present in one grain of the sugar. This sugar molecule, when dissolved in water, will convert the sugar into, the taste of water will be sweet. So this is first. From this we can understand that the particles of matter are very, very small. Second characteristics of particles are matter is that particles of matter have spaces between them. Now there is one more activity conducted for this. This is for checking the water level of the sugar. When we are dipping a spoon in the beaker or the glass, water level rises little bit. Now when we are adding sugar to it, one spoonful of sugar to 1 glass of water, and we will dissolve the sugar, but what we will observe that the water level doesn't rise. Now where is this sugar gone? When we are dissolving sugar in water, there is no rise in level of water. So where is this sugar gone? The sugar has occupied the small spaces between the water molecules. Water breaks sugar into small particles, and these small particles occupy spaces between water molecules. That is why the level of water doesn't rise. What does it show? That particles of matter have spaces between them. So this is the second characteristics of particles of matter. What was the first? The first was that particles of matter are very, very small, and the second is that particles of matter have spaces between them. We can see he is representing the water molecules with white small balls, and there are spaces in between them. Then sugar granule, which is large in compared to the water molecule, that is placed between the water molecules. What will happen? Water molecules will break this sugar grain into small particles, and these particles will occupy the spaces between the water molecules. So from this we can conclude that the particles have spaces between them. So these are the two first properties, characteristics of particles of matter. The first is they are very, very small, and second, they have spaces between them. The third important property of particles is that particles of matter are continuously moving. This also we can show with the help of an experiment. Simple things you can have. You can have a glass of water and you can drop a small ink molecule and it will spread. He is showing with the help of an incense stick. He has burnt an incense stick. You might have seen in home also that when you burn an incense stick in your the holy place, what happens after some time? You find the aroma of this smoke all over in the house. So what is happening? That when we are lighting the incense stick, the smoke travels, moves, and we can have the smell of the incense stick in our home. And this also shows that, see, the potassium permanganate particles, they are spreading color on its own. We have not stirred the solution. On its own, the particles are moving and getting mixed. Same experiment you can do with the help of ink molecules also. Take a glass of water, just pour a small drop of ink. After some time, you will find that the whole water becomes blue. So these are the water molecules, and these are the potassium permanganate crystals which he has poured into the water molecules. If you mix with them, they will just occupy the spaces, and you see that they will be moving, they will spread throughout the liquid. This happens even without stirring the liquid, because the particles have that nature that they continuously move. Now these are different kinds of particles: smoke and air particles and potassium permanganate, KMnO4, and water particles. Both of them are moving, and we can see that this both mix, like smoke of incense stick mix with the air, and the potassium permanganate particles mix in water. So this process of mixing particles is known as diffusion. And what are the different types of energy possessed by moving particles? We call it as kinetic energy. So this is the third property of particles of matter, that they are continuously moving. in the beginning we told that there are 4 characteristics of particles of matter. They attract each other. Like if you have a spoon in your hand, can you break the spoon? Can you break the table? You have to apply a lot of force. Why? Because the particles are intact. You cannot break them. They attract each other very strongly. However, these forces of attraction are different in different states, but all particles of matter, they attract each other. Take a piece of chalk, you can break it easily. You can break the chalk easily. Then you can easily cut through the water, like people can swim in the water easily. You can easily cut through the air. You can move your hand in the air. So in air, the forces of attraction between the particles is much weaker. That is why you can move your hand. In liquid also you can move your hand easily, but it is difficult to break spoon or chalk or table. So this shows that the particles of matter, they attract each other. These are the 4 important properties of matter. Now we will go back to our PPT. See children, I want to show you how your book looks like, the first chapter. This is your, can you see your book? Children, speak yes or no?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
share
Yes,
with you,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
time left is very small. What you have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
do, you have to read the first page. This activity we have done, physical nature of matter. Matter is made up of particles, very small particles. This activity we have done. Now, how small are these particles of matter? We have done this potassium permanganate activity. And then next comes, particles of matter are very small. They are small beyond our imagination. And characteristics, particles of matter have space between them. They are continuously moving. We have just lit an incense stick in one corner of the, we have done this activity. And then we have done this activity also. So and particles of matter attract each other. Like we try to break the chalk, we try to break the wood, and we try to move our hand in air and also in water. So these are all different characteristics of particles of matter. So you have to read this first, second and third page. Till page number 3, I will be sending you the book, first chapter in the group. You have to read first 3 pages and answer all these questions. The first question, which of the following are matter? Like chair is matter, air is matter, love is not a matter, it is a feeling. Smell is a matter, hate is not a matter, almonds are matter, hot is not a matter, coldness is like cold is a feeling, cold drink is matter, and smell of perfume is matter. So love, hate, hot, cold are not matter, rest all other are matter. Give reasons for the following observation. The smell of hot sizzling food reaches you several meters away, but to get the smell from cold food, you have to go close. Children, you have to find out the reading answer for this. Why the hot sizzling food smell reaches, but the cold food smell you cannot have from far, you have to go close. It is simple that because hot sizzling food smoke comes, which mixes in the air and you can have that smell. But from cold food, there are no gases or there is no smoke coming out and it doesn't mix with the air, so you cannot smell. Why a diver is able to cut through water in a swimming pool? Which property of matter does this observation show? Diver is able to cut through the water is because he can easily cut the particles of matter because the force of attraction between water molecules is less. And the fourth question is, what are the characteristics of particles of matter? I told you about 4 characteristics of particles of matter. Can you tell? Just unmute yourself and tell fast what are the characteristics of particles of matter.
Air.
What are the characteristics?
Ma'am, they are very small.
Yeah.
Very small. Has space between them. Hard.
They occupy space.
No, that is the definition
Ma'am,
of matter.
Ma'am, they attract each other.
They attract each other and they are continuously moving. So today, to summarize what we have done, we have learned about the definition of matter, that is matter that occupies space and has weight is called matter, and we have learned about 4 properties, characteristics of particles of matter, that is particles of matter are very small, they are continuously moving, they have spaces between them and they attract each other. In the group, I will be sending a small worksheet which will include a passage and you have to write the answers. So that is that you have to answer those questions and you have to write the answer of these 4 questions in your notebook. Tomorrow we will continue with the classification of matter, that is what are the different states of matter, solid, liquid and gas, and what are the characteristics of these 3 states of matter. So children, hope you understood well. These are the first 3 pages of the
Yes,
book.
ma'am.
You have to read it
Yes, ma'am.
and answer these questions. Write
Yes,